I'd like to inform the House that I have been informed by 16 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly of their decision to leave the People's Democratic Party and move to the All Progressive Congress. All 16 members, including the Speaker, have so decided to leave the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressive Congress. Distinguished colleagues, it's important I also allow all the members who have so communicated to me to also reaffirm by addressing the House on this particular item.
You don't lead people by the nose. Okay, it's a decision that 17 members have made, including the Speaker, of course.
I'd like to inform the House that I have been informed by 16 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly of their decision to leave the People's Democratic Party and move to the All Progressive Congress. All 16 members, including the Speaker, have so decided.
Enterprise Television, Kingsley Bass is my name. There you go. 16 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, including the Speaker, Martin Amaewhule, formally announced their defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress yesterday, Friday, December 5, 2025. And yes, here are some of the key details of the defection you must know. Number of lawmakers who defected: 16 of the 27 lawmakers who are loyal to the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike. And the House has a total of 32 seats. Yes, 32 seats. But of the 24 who sat, 27 who sat yesterday, 16 moved alongside the Speaker. So 10 yet to move, still with the People's Democratic Party. Now, the lawmakers cited clear and irreconcilable division. I'll take that one more time. Clear and irreconcilable division, and that internal crisis within the People's Democratic Party as a constitutional basis for their defection. Well, we'll talk about this constitutional basis in just a bit. But the list includes, again, Martin Amaewhule, Speaker, and his deputy, Dumle Marul, along with 14 other Assembly lawmakers. Now, what does this mean in terms of political realignment? The defection significantly alters the balance of power. Yes, it does alter the balance of power in the state legislature, moving control now to the All Progressives Congress. By the way, Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike described this development as unfortunate, but maintained that the lawmakers were free to leave the party due to the party's factionalized status. He further insisted that he remains a member of the PDP. That's Wike. Now, what's the point of view of the PDP? The national leadership of the PDP, you could say the factional leadership. Well, they have now said that the defected lawmakers have automatically forfeited their seats in the House of Assembly, citing Section 109, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution was amended. Well, several persons have spoken about this, but the remaining 10 PDP members in the House appointed Silvanus Nwankwo as a new minority leader. Here's a quick reminder as we get deep into the thick of things. The 16 Rivers State House Assembly lawmakers who formally defected to the All Progressives Congress yesterday had previously made a similar move on December 11, 2023. This, by the way, was denied by these same lawmakers, and this matter was ruled upon by the court. But a quick timeline of what happened, right? That initial defection and related event. Again, the initial defection happened December 11, 2023, and that was a major flashpoint in the power struggle between Governor Sim Fubara and his predecessor, the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike. Things started October 29, 2023, when a section of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex was set on fire by unknown individuals. Well, not unknown gunmen, but unknown individuals. And that signaled the start of the public political crisis. Well, October 30, 2023, lawmakers loyal to Wike, led by Martin Amaewhule, initiated impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara. And so, November 2023, a series of court injunctions were issued by both factions of the Assembly and the governor's camp regarding the legality of sittings and impeachment moves. Fast forward to December 11, 2023. That's the one, referenced before now. That's when 27 lawmakers, including the Speaker, first announced their defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress, citing the division within the PDP. And December 13, 2023, in a dramatic escalation, the four-member faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to Governor Fubara, led by then Speaker, Nyesom, declared the seats of the 27 defected lawmakers vacant. On the same day, the Assembly complex was demolished on the orders of the governor. And so December 18, 2023, President Bola Tinubu intervened, mediating a peace deal between the two factions, which temporarily halted the most public aspect of the political conflict in the state. And there was then the denial, yes, the post-defection denial, following legal challenges where the PDP argued the defectors automatically lost their seats. The pro-Wike lawmakers reportedly denied. As a matter of fact, it was clear they denied that they had officially defected from the PDP, claiming the reports were artificial intelligence generated or had withdrawn their affidavits to, and they went further rather to withdraw their affidavits to maintain their seats pending court rulings. And now to the present, Friday, December 5, 2025, the lawmakers formally and officially announced their defection again. This time, we need to, since it was live on television, it cannot be denied that it was, manipulated. Well, this time they did with a clear declaration and presence of the All Progressives Congress factional leadership, solidifying the move that had previously been a point of legal contention and denial. My guests on Homo Politicals today, there's Darlington Woju, Publicity Secretary, Rivers State Chapter of the All Progressives Congress. Many thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Kingsley, for having me. Good to be here again.
Thank you so much. Well, let me first get your thoughts on what you saw yesterday. Very dramatic moments. Lawmakers taking their turns to officially announce, not just to the Rivers people, but to the world, because this was broadcast live during plenary, announcing their defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. What do you have to say as the publicity secretary of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State?
Well, I do not think you have given a well-researched background to this interview, and I must commend you for doing that. And the background you gave is unarguably true, because the same scenario played out on the 11th of December 2023. And then it was followed up with an affidavit of courts in a suit number FAC/ABJ/1613/CS/2023. And so wherein Honorable Martin Amaewhule and 26 others affirmed to the court that they had moved from PDP to APC. And so we had pointed to technical issues concerning their defection, and they later went ahead to affirm, to show seriousness and commitment by swearing to an affidavit in court. And so we took it from there and now took them seriously as members of the APC, because we had mentioned that there were 2 channels or 2 protocols that you can actually observe if you want to join our party, the All Progressive Congress. And one of those protocols is that you go to your ward and get registered. And then in the alternative, you can approach the national leadership of the party or the state executive committee of the party to request for waivers. And so, whereas we were not informed that they had applied for waivers to the national secretariat of our party, we were also not informed from the ward executives of our party that they had come to register. And so that put a question mark or a black eye, as it were, if you like, on the process that led to that declaration of defection on the floor of the hallowed chamber of the State Assembly. Then let me also correct an impression. On the 11th of December 2023, that defection exercise was actually carried out in front of cameras. It was not a hidden thing. There were television stations, there were reporters that covered that particular session. So if you say that what happened yesterday is different from what had happened on the 11th of December, then I'll tell you that that is not correct at all, at all, at all.
Oh, well,
Because,
I suppose you get my point of view. My point, I'm sorry, my point was that they denied that. They said that was in some way manipulated. But I'm saying, and that was because that was the one for 2023 wasn't broadcast live on television. Yesterday was broadcast live on television. I'm just saying that, well, there can't be denials now.
The 2 of us are saying one and the same thing. Because I had already admitted that you did, or your station did a thorough job by getting your information, your facts correctly. And let's forget about the people who started denying after defecting. And so it is left for them and their consciences. And that is the reason why some persons have said that there's no morality in politics. But for us, we believe that there should be morality in everything you do as a human being, because we are all creatures of God, and so we must have some semblance, some characteristics of our Creator. Now, that is not to take away from the topic for discussion, because this is not a moral or religious interview. However, let me say this, that our prayer and hope is that this defection that is taking place again in another December mark the fact that the first missionary journey they embarked upon was on the 11th day of December 2023. This second missionary journey is in another December the 5th, 2025. Our prayer is that they will not again maybe go to court or come publicly to deny ever defecting to the All Progressive Congress. Because all the nuances for defection took place in the very first missionary journey, including a purported reception organized at a place, a venue in Port Harcourt. And it was also aired, it was also well captured by the press. And so denying or not denying only casts aspersion and puts to question the integrity of the individuals who are now embarking on a frolic of defections. The joke is on them.
Chief
who
Darlington.
have chosen to ridicule, they have chosen to ridicule themselves by defecting and denying defection and then defecting again. So let me say this clearly for record purposes, that every political party, including the All Progressive Congress, believes in the more the merrier, because if the cost of the party is enlarged in Rivers State, it will help the party to win elections. And when you have quality defections, it is always a welcome development.
The challenge,
However,
first, yeah.
I've given you the challenge that we have. Our fear is that this should not go the way of the first defection. That is the worry on the streets of Rivers State. Let me tell you this, you might be thinking or asking yourself or pondering or philosophizing why I've chosen to play the role of a devil's advocate instead of wholly and totally accepting these individuals into our fold. It is for the fact that we have noticed the consistent inconsistencies, and so we fear that this might not go the way that every political arrangement goes, by having people join the party in order to strengthen the party.
Why does that fear exist, though? I mean, you mentioned the inconsistency part, but beyond that, you know, in practice, so to say, for want of better words, why does that fear exist? You've just said that, yes, it should be joy for your party since top political players in the state are moving to your party.
I've already given you sufficient reasons why I say so. And there is a popular saying that if a dog bites a man, it will be said that that dog is mad. But that if the dog now bites a man the second time, then something must be wrong with the man. It's either he willfully chooses to go look for the trouble of the dog, or there's something else he has with that dog. Maybe, permit me to use this word, he's a dog eater. And so in the kingdom of the dogs, they have held meetings and they marked this individual as a dog eater who should be avoided or who should be attacked at sight. The equivalent of shooting at sight. So the dog kingdom may have decided to shoot the man at sight. So our fear is very clear, and you would not blame us for expressing such fears, that full-grown adults who have families, most of them are parents, took a decision on the 11th of December and then even went to court to affirm their decision, only to turn around to say in fact that it was AI generated and all that rubbish. Well, it is, like I said before, the joke is on them. And so Nigerians, and especially Rivers people, will be looking at them, you know, trying to scrutinize their intentions for joining this time around. That's why I said that we fear that it might go the way of the first defection.
All right. So very quickly, we saw, I need to comment on this too. We saw yesterday, right there, you know, someone who's not a lawmaker, he was present to receive the members defecting, the lawmakers defecting. I'm talking about Tony Okocha. He received them, took pictures with them. Well, we do know that, again, I know you don't like the word faction and you don't like to accept that there are divisions within your party.
No, especially you have already built fundamentally your information, your line of thought. So just allow me to answer.
All right.
So that we can say that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, of course. Tony Okocha was there.
Go ahead and answer.
He received them. I'm wondering what happens to your side, to your party, to your side of the party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me say this. You and I know, and every individual who has a consciousness of what it means to respect court judgments or court orders will understand the fact that having a handshake with anybody who has been thoroughly or whose claims have been thoroughly dismantled by the court amounts to a friendly handshake. That handshake cannot be on behalf of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State. And the only person that can or that has powers outside of Chief Emeka Wike to receive these individuals will be maybe the national chairman, Professor Nantawe. And I dare say that the national chairman cannot come on air in any public forum or even privately as someone who is well read to say that APC has received these individuals officially by the reason of the handshake of an individual who is completely unknown to law.
Even though he's recognized by the party at the national level?
It is not true, please. It is not true. Forget that.
The reports abound.
Forget that empty,
the reports abound.
Forget that empty narrative. Do not. Are you aware? You know we've not spoken after my last interview with you on this show. Between then and now, you are aware of the fact that there were local government elections, which we nominated candidates, and then our candidates went to court to demand to assert their rights and privileges as members of the All Progressive Congress, validly nominated by the legally recognized leadership of the party in Rivers State. And I want to inform you that despite the decision of the State High Court, which claimed that by the force of or by the reason of this declaration of a state of emergency, that the necessary provisions of the Rivers State, the laws guiding the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission was amended, you know, from 14 days. Now, I want to let you know, for your information, that as we speak, that case has been challenged at the level of the Court of Appeal. And so we want to establish something. And what we want to establish, because the court never ruled on who actually had powers to nominate candidates for the All Progressive Congress. And we know we do have such powers. So we want to let the world know through the courts that the nomination of those individuals was a mere ruse. So as I speak now, that matter is at the level of the Court of Appeal. Justice may be delayed, but you can't deny people justice. So that's why I want to say. That's why I want to say to you that that was a mere friendly handshake, not on behalf of APC.
All right. So you're saying then that as things stand, this 16 lawmakers plus the Speaker have not officially moved to the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State?
I am saying that they have not notified the legally recognized leadership of APC of their movement. And so, like they did before, they had announced on air, announced on the chambers during plenary that they are moving to the APC. And so when we pointed out the technical flaws in that arrangement, they adjusted by going further, by going to the court to swear to affidavit that they've joined the APC, which they later denied and withdrew. In fact, they now withdrew that affidavit secretly on the 20th of October 2024. And so, if they felt that they were right by coming to court to make such declaration, why did they not secretly withdraw? So they had defected before. That's what I'm trying to say. So it is not supposed to make headlines. They had defected before officially.
All right. How does this development, by the way, reshape the power balance in Rivers State, especially between the executive and the legislature. Now, the legislature, by this announcement, this notification of defection yesterday, it means that your party, the All Progressives Congress, if everything is done right, going by what you've said, particularly, should have the majority in the House. As a matter of fact, the PDP yesterday elected a minority leader. So talk to me about the balance of power, how this would reshape the balance of power in the state.
Well, I do not think that this comes to any analyst who is conscientious of the happenings in Rivers State. I do not think that it comes to any one of us as a surprise. Now, I think this is mere political thing. It is mere political gymnastics, sharing the same people into two places. You know, the last time now it was 27 persons moving into APC, which now found that it was political harakiri, what the Japanese will refer to as a harakiri, that is suicide. When they noticed that they had miscalculated, they now went behind to withdraw their affidavit. Now, as at today, what you see is mere political gymnastics. It is the same people. They are the same. Nothing has changed. You know, listening or taking orders or directives from the FCT minister. So nothing has changed.
He claimed, though, that he was never told that these lawmakers took their decisions by themselves, that he was not told, he didn't know they were going to move.
That is not correct, please. That cannot be correct.
The man said he does not know. You are describing what the man knew.
Kingsley, let's not divert the topic for discussion into analyzing.
It is not. But it is important. It is important to set the record straight, though.
He's going to say one thing today and recanting.
I'm not to trivialize the conversation. I'm simply setting the record straight. The man said he didn't know that these lawmakers moved, but you are saying that this was politically arranged by the man, by the Federal Capital Territory Minister. I'm just telling the record straight that he said yesterday.
I have told you, take my word for it, please. Forget whatever he says. Forget it. Even Nigerians know Nigerians already know it is not true. Nigerians know that he's not saying the truth. Look, let me tell you, Kingsley, I've said it before, that people like us, we are political activists that have found ourselves in the political arena. And the danger that you have speaking or interviewing someone like me is that you will be in danger of hearing the truth. Yes, you will be in danger of hearing the truth. And if your station or platform hates hearing the truth, and I notice that you hate hearing the truth, I will carefully, quietly, and respectfully avoid your platform.
Well,
I've just told you what it is.
We have the tradition of truth, and as a matter of fact, that's our tagline.
Kingsley, listen to me. I have a bigger stake in the All Progressive Congress. Do you know why I say so?
Why?
I am a founding member of this political party, and I have never left the party for 1 second since I joined it. And so, when you want to talk about the APC, there are individuals that will speak, and you must have to listen to what they are saying, because they know the party very well. And so, it is like somebody telling you, or expecting that I should be telling you what is happening in the studio of Enterprise TV behind the scene. I don't even know the name of your studio engineer. I don't even know the name of the person who is your editor. I don't even know the name of the producer, unless you are producer and caster at the same time. So, since I do not know those things, I cannot argue over what is happening within the or behind the curtains of Enterprise TV. I cannot. And so when it is APC in Rivers State, Kingsley, you must respect my opinions. Forget about the publicity secretary or no publicity. I said when it comes to APC in Rivers State, you must listen to my opinions.
Your
Yes.
opinions, are very well respected. I was just setting straight, what someone said by himself, not just in the statement by his spokesperson, but he said this with his lips. But your point is taken.
Such things that he said by himself before that turned out not to be correct. How many? Look, you need to, when you listen, you are a media person. And so even if it is not your duty to begin to analyze what he said or what he did not say, or to cast aspersion on his person, you already know that by his track records, the capacity to be consistent with what he says is not there. And it's completely lacking.
But this is the same man who works for your party.
If it is
he worked for your party in 2023.
By the reason of his track record, you cannot give him a cap that is undeserving. You must put people in their proper places. That is why it is the media, the fourth estate of the realm, to checkmate abuse of power by individuals or political parties, to make sure that we do not, at the end of the day, endanger the democracy. It is in the interest of the people, the masses, that political parties and the activities and whatever people do there should be checkmated. The media has powers to do so.
That's part.
Minding whose horse is God. Don't even think of whose horse is being God.
That's part of the conversation. I was just wondering to where you stand, because the former governor and now minister of the Federal Capital Territory worked for your party in 2023, publicly stated that, and is currently working for your party. He has told his party, the People's Democratic Party, that he would be working for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu come 2027. But what does this mean from your standpoint too for Governor Sim Fubara? For many persons looking from, let's say from outside the circle, they feel like this would leave the governor hanging. What do you say?
I do not think so. Look, if anybody decides to support the APC, is it not a welcome idea? It's a good one, if anybody at all. Because each person has just but one vote. And if you have capacity to mobilize more votes for the party, it's good for the party. And so, earlier on, we had called on the governor to join the All Progressive Congress. Because automatically, yes, we had done that. I did that on China's television.
How's that going? Have you had private conversations with him? Is he willing to join your party?
Now, listen, there is no way I can divulge certain information to you. Now, I am saying that we had publicly called on him to join the party. Why we did so is by virtue of our own party constitution, which makes the governor of a state, by reason of that, the position to become the leader of the party. And so if Governor Sim chooses to join the APC today, he automatically becomes leader of our party. And so this is also one way to give the party a sense of direction in Rivers State, to avoid the internal schisms, who is this, who is not that, and all that. It will resolve those issues. I use this platform again to invite the governor to declare for the All Progressive Congress.
Do you think he's willing to do that? Do you think
I don't know about willingness. I don't know about willingness. What I know is that as a stakeholder in the APC in Rivers State, I am saying what I feel will be good for my political party. That is why I'm restating my call, which I made a few months back.
All right, let's wrap the conversation now. I'm thinking what you think this defection means. Is this, we've seen several defections from different political parties to your party, especially. Your party seems to be the beautiful bride right now, the golden child. Everyone is moving in your direction. But do you think that this particular defection is a Rivers-specific crisis or a reflection of what many persons have said is a wider national trend toward one-party dominance? Looks like your party is dominating so much that there might not be opposition if we continue like this.
Well, Kingsley, to be frank with you, I think that this is unique in the sense that it is an attempt to further hold on to the stranglehold of power to make sure that the governor is the balance of power continues to tilt against the state governor. That is what I think.
That's an interesting take because some persons have whispered that in several corners too.
Kingsley, I've already told you that if you do not want to hear the truth, then don't call me for interviews.
No one has disputed your yes.
I will not. Let me tell you this. I will always choose not to be politically correct, because political correctness means that you must always, massage the ego of your party and the members of your party. I will choose to speak the truth because, first of all, I am a trained PR person. And you are not trained as a PR person to churn out propaganda or fake news or half-truths. Yes.
Even though that could cost you, even though that could cost you your job as a publicity secretary of the party. I don't know about that. Because I was elected by over 1,000 delegates of the All Progressive Party on 16th October 2021. And I am only, my tenure should have expired if not for the decision of the NEC of the party to extend the tenure till December 31st. And there will be another NEC meeting on the next week, that's 15, 16. And it might end up that my tenure ends that day. So, but Kingsley, for the time and period, I know that someday I'll stand to give account for all what I've done as the publicity secretary of the All Progressive Congress. Even though that would be the conversation for later. I'm wondering too if you really had a good time, had a good run, as the publicity secretary, considering several political battles you've had to fight, your side of the party have had to fight. And I want to stand anywhere in good contact to say, Kingsley, let me finish with my end of my... Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Oh yeah, I suppose there was a connection problem. Yes, you can conclude your thought.
Yeah, so I was trying to say that I would like to, at the end of my tenure, beat my chest to say, yes, I have, to the best of my knowledge and ability, done according to my conscience, not according to the opinion of any individual, but for God and country, I have played my role.
So you think you've had a good time being, the publicity secretary?
Yes, it's been a wonderful experience, Kingsley.
Despite the political battles you've had to fight? Ah, dear. You still there? Hopefully we can reconnect to just wrap the conversation because we've got to go in just a moment. But we've been talking about the defection. Let me tell you. Yes. All right, great.
I've become the most popular state publicity secretary.
Yes.
I said I have, by reason of the several battles that I've had to fight, I've become the most popular state publicity secretary of the All Progressive Congress in Nigeria. Yes, of the several battles. But they've been, to me, wonderful experiences because the battles were allowed by God.
All All right, let's close now the conversation, and I'd just like to get in 60 seconds your final thoughts, what you have to say to Governor Sim Fubara now. Some persons have mentioned, have been talking about the fact that he might not be returning as governor come 2020. I'm talking the election. The Rivers people will decide whether he returns as governor or not, but he might not be recontesting come 2027 based on the political drama that we're seeing now, this defection which happened yesterday and the rest. But where do you see things going, and what do you have to say to Governor Sim Fubara? Apart from telling him to join your party.
The only thing I need to tell him is to join the APC. Now, as for if he will return or not, Kingsley, I am not in the league of individuals who think they can decide the destiny of any human being. I am not, I will never, far be it from me that I should be in the league or in any room where you think you can decide the destiny of any man. No, because nobody has such powers. And nobody knows what will happen the next minute. And politics is very dynamic, very slippery. 1 hour is enough in politics to change the equation. So why should I now start saying he cannot come back a second? Who said so? It is only if God has said he will not come back. If God has said he will be a one-time governor, there is nothing anybody can do to bring him back.
All right, then. Many thanks for your time on the broadcast today. We've been talking about the defection of the lawmakers, 17 lawmakers in the of the Rivers State House Assembly, who defected yesterday. 16 alongside the Speaker, the one you can see on your screen right now. You can see them two defected yesterday alongside a member of the All Progressives Congress, Tony Okocha, there, who's been laying claim to the leadership of the party in this state. Well, I've been speaking with the Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Rivers State. He's joined me to share his thought on this particular conversation today. I'd like to thank you one more time for joining me today to shed light on this conversation and indeed share your view. Your time is much appreciated, and hopefully we can have this conversation sometime soon when things get clearer. Even before things get clearer, you're always here to shed light and make things even clearer. Darlington Woju, many thanks for joining me.
God bless you for having me.
Appreciate that. Have a fantastic day. All right, that's normal politicals today. We'll continue to monitor this development in Rivers State, and, of course, across the country. There's one happening in Osun State. The elections happen next year, August precisely next year, and there's so much political drama. Of course, here, normal politicals will be following this political drama across the country and bring them your way. Until next time, I say may God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye for now. Kingsley Bass is my name.